Ade Oladipo here with the voice of the squared circle, David Diamante. David, I mean, you've ring announced in a few events, few venues. This is a bit special though, isn't it?
You know, yes, all around the world, some of the best venues in the world. I mean, just a few days ago, we were in Monte Carlo. Very exclusive casino in Monaco, totally beautiful. The first one was at Madison Square Garden. You know, we're doing fights all over the world, but here in Saudi Arabia, you know, I did the very first fight ever in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It was George Groves and Callum Smith, and that was amazing. But this one, the way they built the arena, it's really something special. I mean, Riyadh is buzzing over this. I mean, the world's buzzing over this fight, but Saudi Arabia is really, you can feel the energy here. It's great. People are all out, and it's very exciting.
I'm obviously unbiased and say I'm an AJ fan. I feel like with AJ fans, there's a level of excitement, but also a level of nerves as well because of what happened in that 7th round. Can you sense that as well?
100%. And I think, you know, for me, it's hard to not be an AJ fan. It's hard not to be a Ruiz fan. That's why I'm a boxing fan, because I love all these guys. And I gotta say, I think they're both such great guys. Incredibly tough guys, hard fighters. You know, I am saying I think AJ is going to win this fight. I'm giving him the nod, but that's not to discount Andy, and I'm not saying I want him to win. I'm just saying that's my prediction for the fight. But I love both guys. I mean, I actually had breakfast with Team Ruiz today, and you know, they're great guys, and Andy's a great guy. He's a humble guy. He's a tough guy. He's fought for everything he has, and he deserves this position. You know, and AJ's in a tough one, so the fans, I think, have a right to be nervous. There's no foregone. It's not a foregone conclusion. You know, I mean, look, I think this is just going to be a really classic bull versus matador fight. That's why I say, look, fight tall, you know, jab and grab, and that's what it should be. I think AJ should win this by doing that. It might not be the prettiest win, but it's better to win ugly than to lose pretty, right? So that's what he needs to do. If he does get the knockout, if it comes, fine. This time, he's not going to overlook Ruiz. That's one thing for sure. Make mistakes? He might. We don't know. We don't know. No one knows until he steps in the ring and we see what happens on the night, right? But as far as the game plan, jab and grab, fight tall, control distance, he should win this fight.
People are saying that he maybe needs to fight the way he did against Joseph Parker, which was use that jab, and when Parker got in close, hold. Which is not necessarily a boring fight, but it's an easier way to win the fight if he can win it.
Yeah, that's what I said, jab and grab.
Can AJ make the necessary changes? A lot of people said he made a few mistakes in that first fight. Same camp really, he's added a different trainer in there just to give it a bit of a different mix. Can you make those changes in 6 months?
I think so. Do I think he's a perfect fighter, or do I think he'll be the perfect fighter after 6 months? Absolutely not. But that doesn't mean that, look, we're all learning, right? No matter who you are, you know, if you're a musician, you know, we're always learning. Miles Davis was learning. I mean, we're all learning it. The moment you stop learning, you don't know anything. So hopefully we're all learning all the time. So, you know, these guys, it's a little harder because they're plying their trade under bright lights, right? So everything they do is under a microscope. It's hard when you have, you know, in a sport like football for the UK or American football for us or basketball or baseball, so many games, so many matches all the times. You can see when guys start progressing and going up, going down, different things that they're working on. Good performances, bad performances, but these guys fight nowadays so rare. It's hard. We don't get to see them all the time. So one performance and it's like, oh, they're the worst or they're the best. We like to jump to these hyperboles, these hyperbolic situations. Look, I think what happened in the fight was it was a late opponent. Physically, you know, we know Andy Ruiz doesn't have a physique of an Adonis, right? He's a doughboy. But the guy is a hell of an athlete and he's a hell of a fighter. And I think that AJ figured he could, you know, he knew he was in a fight. I think he knew he was in a fight. Again, he connected, knocked him down, and I think he thought, you know what, I'm going to just finish this off. And he got careless. I don't think that's going to happen this time. And that's why I like him in the fight. I think that, you know, everyone said, wow, this is what happened. He got hurt in sparring and this. I think he just, you know what I mean? He ran into a live dog. You know, Ruiz, man, is not a joke. That kid can fight. Yo, he is a bad dude. But, you know, it's like if you fight tall, jab and grab, like, that's what it is, man. Sweet science, baby. AJ on top.
This is the Ruiz AJ show, but there is a great heavyweight match, I think, on the undercard. Hunter versus Povetkin. Almost young lion versus old dog there. Who do you think takes that one?
It's an interesting fight. I like this fight a lot. I mean, look, I love that Povetkin just had the win over Huey Fury. I mean, people, that was a hard one to call. That was a true 50-50, and Povetkin showed he still got it, man, and he wants it. You know, he is the old dog, but he's tough, man. And he landed some huge shots on Huey Fury. Huey Fury's got a good set of whiskers, man. He took those shots. He's a tough kid, man. A big shout out to Huey Fury. Obviously, he fell ill last week. We didn't have him on the show. That was a shame, but hopefully he'll be back in action soon. But Michael Hunter, man, is not a joke. Michael Hunter is a really good fighter. He's slick. He's young. He's got speed. You know, he's not like a big heavyweight. He's kind of a lighter heavyweight, but like we're saying, he's very skilled, and he's younger, and he's also he's got the speed. So I love the story. Excuse me. I love the story, like the storyline behind Michael Hunter and his father. You know, his father was a fighter. You know, he's not with us anymore, but his father was good friends with Hasim Rahman.
Yeah.
You know. And former heavyweight champion of the world, you know, from Baltimore. And I just love the fact that he trains him. And I don't know, to me it seems like a Hollywood script, but it's not, it's real life. And so Michael the Bounty Hunter, man, that's an interesting fight. I like Michael in the fight. I think he's on the way up.
We see what you do inside the ring. You obviously are so knowledgeable at the sport. Have you never thought about doing it outside the ring as well, commentating, anything else with regards to boxing other than what you do inside the ring?
You know, I've had a lot of people talk to me about it, you know. Listen, open up the checkbook, you never know what can happen, right? But no, the thing is, I love
cigars there as well.
A few cigars. I love being in the ring. I love what I do. I love being a ring announcer. But I take what I do really seriously, and I love the sport. So I think it's really important to have respect for these fighters, to know what's going on, you know, instead of just, you know, calling out a couple names, you know, being more involved with it, with the sport and things like that. So yeah, I mean, I've had people talk to me about it. I've actually done some commentating over the years, but it's just not really what I ever wanted to do. Ring announcing is what I love to do, but again, if you're out there listening, you guys need a commentator.
Someone want to send them checks over.
That's it. Open up the checkbook, you never know.
Absolutely. David Diamante, look, you are what you are, and you are one of the best ring announcers out there. Fantastic. Can't wait to hear you call the fights on Saturday.
Adeo Ladipo, thank you, brother. The fight starts now.
Don't you love that, people?
2-1-2.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.